YouTube.
Hello and welcome back to Good Game Nation. Today I'm here with Sam. Say hello.
I'm feeling pretty good. Just so you guys know, it'll probably be up later, but I did finally beat Preston in One Piece.
Yeah. I don't know when it's coming out, but keep your eye out for another starter deck match.
It'll be here
Uh,
when it's uploaded.
yes. Um, but before that video comes out, we have this video, and in this video, we're going to go through all of the cards that we have not reviewed from the Twitter reveals, and a few others. I think there might be one card that is sneaking in from somewhere else.
Yes.
So the last card uh, we haven't reviewed, we're going to show from Twitter.
Ooh.
We'll just jump that up real quick.
We missed this one. This one
We
was drawn
did.
5:30. We
Yeah.
have no stats to nothing. I'm assuming the card will be blue. It's beautiful. Beautiful artwork.
He looks like he's in a different game. This card was created for a different game, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you can use it for One Piece TCG. It's fine."
Like, look at all the pirate stuff going on. There's bombs, there's netting. It's amazing.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. More abs than I wish I could see on myself, and showing his badass blade up front. Just absolutely incredible looking
S,
card.
S tier. The rest
Yes.
the rest of the cards we'll be showing you are from the One Piece Discord. That will be linked below. So please check them
Yes.
out if you already haven't. They do great work there. And we're just gonna go in order from when they posted it. And the first card we
Hmm.
have a look at is Scalpel. It is a one cost green card. It is a for Super Rookie and Heart Pirates. It is a counter. Your leader up to one of your characters gains 2k power for the duration of the battle. Then switch one of your Dawn to active.
And
Um,
a trigger,
and it
you,
triggers two to active.
yeah, you can just switch up to two to active if you get
Yeah,
attacked.
really cool card.
I, yeah, I mean, art is nice, has a dawn in the background, always fun, great scene. I think it's going to be an interesting card. I think it's playable. I think green is looking super exciting with its ability to change things around, and uh, I'm excited to see the rest of the green cards.
A ton of versatility. Being able to untap mana from an event card like that is super cool, especially because it's a counter, so you're playing on your opponent's turn.
Hmm.
It baits them into a false sense of security. I
Hmm.
Maybe the card won't be. I don't know how good the card will be on this set, but future down the line, this card could be definitely very powerful.
Yeah. Next card is Beeple.
Finally, something good. Look at this
He's so
boy.
cute. I love this man.
Oh, Beepo. It's still one cost, 3k power. I don't know how strong other 1ks are. Are they also 3k power with one counter?
It's all over the place. Like Nami's 1K,
She has an effect
Chopper's
though.
pretty,
All,
yeah, Chopper's pretty weak, even with a blocker. I think this is good for a one cost.
1k power, 3k.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, especially with like Kaido cards being two cost at 3K or three cost at 2K or at 4K. So it's pretty well powered
He's got
for
Mink
a one
Tribe.
cost.
We knew he was a Mink, but he has that. So I wonder if that'll be in a play later.
I hope so.
I hope so too. And we got a look at Law here. It's the second or third Law card we have seen.
Hmm.
It costs 5, 6k power. He is counter plus 1k, which is nice. And on play, set one of your rested characters with Super Rookie or Heart Pirates trait with a 5 cost or less to active. Pretty cool combo card.
It's what I'm excited about for green. They have a lot of cards that are going to be switching things to active. This one's has some restrictions, but most of the cards that you're going to be playing in green, getting them to active so that they can't get attacked or you can attack with them again
Yeah.
at least once is a mechanic that is going to be super great for green.
I think that says SR too. I think they were looking at the super rare.
I think it might be the starter deck two of super
Oh, it
rare.
is.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. Just kidding, guys. Um, I again back to the green being very versatile. There's tons you could do with this card. Like you said, you can protect something that just attacked, or go for game and attack with something again. Keep them unpredicted. They don't know what's going to come at them next. Yeah, it's green is tricky. Green is a tricky color so far, and it's probably my favorite.
Yeah, it's a combo deck like we haven't seen for purple. Purple has combos, but also mana ramp or Dawn ramp. Green is just make stuff stand back up and attack again or stay alive. So your board presence is going to be ridiculous.
I think it's a different kind of combo too because it's
Hmm.
very defensive focused. Because I'm thinking of the kid that also restands that we've saw.
Yeah,
It's they're very able to protect themselves. They deal damage and get out. It's annoying.
yeah.
Yeah. We just have art here. What is this?
Virgo.
Virgo. Thank you. Good voice actor too in the Japanese.
I wish it had something on his
Where's
face.
his spoon? It was a spork, right? Where is that?
Something. Yeah, something on one side and he always has food on the other side. So maybe it's just
L.
not here. Wish
L.
it was.
I like
Yeah.
that they have 8 spoon. I'm gonna add one. 9 spoon emotes. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, I love this Discord. They're super great.
We have a killer here. Finally, a killer. I know people wanted to see it. 3 cost
Hmm.
slasher. Again, Supernova and Kid Pirates. Counter 1K, which is really nice. On
Hmm.
play, KO one of your opponent's rested characters that cost 3 or less. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's great because it's specific. So if they don't have rested, you're gonna hold on to it. It does have the trigger to play the card, which is super useful because your trigger would play it from your hand, then you would get your on play effect.
And
So if
you,
they just attacked,
with a three
you would
cost
be
or less, you would probably end up killing that guy.
yeah,
Pretty cool.
super cool.
Pretty cool.
This is what we're saying. Green is nasty like that. They're coming for your board state. They're coming for keeping their board state strong. And I think there might be cards that restand Dawn. I can't remember exactly, but I think they
Yeah.
restand Dawn also. Disgusting.
And everything that I think we've pointed out so far has counter. Um,
Yeah,
just having
super
that
helpful.
another option that all these cards seem to have. This is a starter card as well, so that's nice.
Hmm. Yeah, and purple doesn't have hardly any counter, so
Mm-mm. Very little.
having everything with counter right now is scary.
Nope. Have another Kid Pirate here. We have Heat.
Hmm.
Nothing too special. It's 2K, 4K power, or cost 2, 4K power with counter plus 1000. Again, another card with
Hmm.
plus 1000. Another starter deck card. We're starting to see a lot of the green starter deck cards finally.
Yeah, and 2K, uh, 2 cost 4K is also, I think, pretty good on curve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always say so too.
Yep.
We're switching it up. We got a blue card.
Hmm. Finally, we're getting some blue. We've seen some blue up to this. We've seen very little blue up to this point. This is their translation for it is Love Love Beam. It's a 2 cost with 7 Warlords of the Sea and Kuja Pirates. It's a counter. Your leader or up to one of your characters gains 4K power for the duration of the battle. Then, if you have 3 cards or less in hand, draw one. That's cool.
It really feels like purple and red got the worst of the power up cards for sure. This card is amazing. It has a draw feature attached to it as well. That
Hmm.
is that is so obnoxious.
Yeah, because red doesn't do anything, and purple's you lose it on.
And red is 3K. It's not even 4K, but it does
Yeah.
cost 2. That is the difference here. Those cost 1. This card does cost 2. So
Hmm.
that's something. The artwork is also
Super fun. Love it.
it's a nice panel.
Yes, I am. Oh, here she is. I was just gonna say I'm a Hancock fan. I
As we all
I
are.
do enjoy. I do enjoy this character. I think they did her dirty. I think this card sucks.
I don't. Yeah,
Three
this
costs,
card is weird.
1 more. I feel is not going to see very much play, even with the on play trigger card, trigger effect. It's just disappointing to see with like Chopper being a 1 cost counter or a 1 cost blocker, having a 3 cost 1K power. I'm just not a fan. I wish it was better.
I uh, I don't know how I feel about this card. I don't understand why it costs 3. I think it should definitely cost at least 2. Um, unless there's a way to manipulate the trigger effect to get your trigger effect to play her for free, I don't see any way anyone plays this in a deck they've made. Um,
Yeah,
unless there's something special about the Kuja Pirates in the set, this card
that's fair.
is
Yeah.
this card is rough.
Hmm.
Rough. I don't
Yeah,
see. Yeah,
disappointing.
I don't see anyone playing on three. It definitely is a 1K counter,
Yeah,
unless you need a blocker, I guess.
yeah.
Ooh, I don't know if Hawkins is a fan favorite, but I do love myself some Hawkins.
Hmm.
Basil Hawkins started a card as well. Cost 5, 6K slasher. Supernovas, Hawken Pirates, and Dawn times 1 once per turn. During your turn, this character battle with an opponent character. Set this character to active.
That's another
Filthy.
restand.
Filthy.
Yeah.
This card has the potential to clear your opponent's whole board.
Yeah, two attacks at 6K base is huge. 6K base is two attacks to leader that are most likely getting through. It's nasty. The restand in green is disgusting. I feel like green and blue are going to be really strong deck so far.
We talked about it in our match too, but
Hmm.
wondering what cards you play, having 5 cards on the board is very important, especially with these cards with a ton of staying power. These cards
Hmm.
have all the ones we've seen: the Laws, the Kids, even this Hawkins is added to that list as well. They are gonna stick. So playing early creatures in a green deck could be bad. So
Right.
deck building green is going to be very interesting. I'm very excited to add that. Oh, is this the card? Is this the card you were talking about?
Yes, this is the one that's not a Twitter reveal. I believe it was on a poster somewhere. I believe somewhere in Japan there was a promo poster with the starter decks, cards with two cards each. This is the only card that was different that we hadn't seen yet. So it's our boy Drakale Mihawk at a 4 cost 5K slasher with 7 Warlords of the Sea trait. Dawn times 1. When attacking, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards from your hand. On top of that, 2K counter. This card moves. This card is so. I don't know. The 4 cost. Yeah, I can just see your reaction.
Oh my
Draw.
god, this card's amazing. This card's literally amazing. He's a 4 drop.
Yeah, 4 drop 5K with a 2K counter. It's incredible.
This might be the best card we've seen so far, to be honest. I
Just because you're moving 2 cards every turn.
There is nothing negative about this card. It has the 2K counter, which has been very selective. I think there's only
Hmm.
one card in each starter deck so far that has that. So those cards always stick out to me. And not only does this card have a ton of playing potential throughout the entire game, because you can always drawing cards is so essential in card games.
Hmm.
I
Yeah, all you have
this
to
card's
do is
fantastic.
yeah, all you have to do is attach one Dawn. He's a 6K swing. You're drawing two, uh, discarding two
Um,
every turn. I mean, if you think about like Dragon Ball Super leader effects, that was a draw one during an attack, right? Most of them were like draw two on awaken, and then when they're awakened, you draw one every attack or something like that. This card's great, and it's
this
common, so you're probably getting 4 of them.
it's a starter deck, so it probably is coming in 4 in that starter deck, which is insane.
Mhm.
Maybe later on, when starter decks become a little rare, the blue one might be a little more valuable because this card is actually
This card's good.
insane. So if you're looking to buy starter decks, get the blue one. That that card's
Start with blue and then green.
that card's
Leave
amazing.
purple. Yeah, leave purple and red for pickups of singles.
I'm blind reacting. I have seen none of these cards, so this is
Yeah. I mean that it makes it really fun for me to see your reaction because I've been keeping up every day.
I'm furious that this exists. This is one of, other than the 2 cards in purple, this is the only other draw card we've seen, and this is wow.
And purple is a -1 Dawn to draw one,
They're
and
sacrifices.
then
They're sacrifices.
yeah,
Yeah. You do
yeah,
have to discard 2, but you still draw the 2 first. If it was discard 2 first, that would be a big deal. But you're drawing the 2, and if you don't like those 2 cards, you just discard those 2 cards.
yeah. And even Queen is draw two, discard one
Right.
on play, right?
Yeah. Queen is so good.
So still good because blocker. So Scratchman Poo, another supernova,
Yes.
uh, 2 cost, 3,000 power shooter, with 2K um, counter. A Dawn times 1. When attacking, rest one of your opponent's Dawn.
Pretty good.
I I hate green. I'm gonna hate playing against it
That's pretty
because usually
good.
you leave one Dawn open for your counter for red and purple, and they're gonna just swing with a poo and say screw your counters for this turn.
The only weak
Nasty.
the only weakness this card has is it's a little strong. It's a little weak. It's instead of a 4K, it's a 3K, but
Hmm.
it's 2K counter.
Hmm. And
That
he's gonna be swinging at 4K minimum to get his effect off.
um, you're not gonna play this card early. It's gonna stay in your hand, but late game, a poo. Attacking into forcing your opponent to tap their probably one Dawn available that they set for guard point or whatever.
Yeah,
Devastating. And
devastating.
worst comes to
Changes
worst,
games.
and worst comes to worst is a 2K counter in your hand. Like,
Yeah, which is again, like you said, was pretty selective in red and purple.
yeah, and I've seen a few already. So,
Hmm.
that's something to look at.
That hurts us.
And I think I've said it before. I don't think I've seen a green card that doesn't have this. I'm pretty sure they exist, but I want to say a strong majority have counter, which is huge.
Hawkins didn't, but he's a
Hawkins
big
didn't.
swinger.
Correct.
Uh,
I think all the laws we've seen have it. I think a couple of the kids too. I don't know about the big one, but the little ones did.
the big ones don't. It seems like the big green cards don't. So Law at a 5 drop doesn't.
Oh, really? Okay.
Kid at a 7 drop doesn't.
Okay.
But all the little cards and mid cost have it. The 5 drop that we saw today of Law has it. So it's pretty much every card.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then we have
Great for them.
Drake, another supernova.
Hmm.
I love that he has the marine tag. I
Very interesting.
That is interesting. Obviously, spoiler, spoiler.
No, he's an ex-Marine. His whole story is he was a Marine
That's true.
captain.
That's true. Yeah, he's an
Yeah,
ex-marine.
yeah,
Aha.
yeah.
Drake's four cost 5K slasher. Counter plus 1,000, which we talked about, and Dawn times 1 during your turn. While this character is rested, your Marines and Supernova type leader characters gain 1,000 power.
Just a like entire board full of plus 1,000. You swing with this guy first, and then the rest of your board is most likely boosted.
So we talked about the potentials for, was it the law that can restand people?
I think
That's the
so.
one that protects. We were talking about like pulsable combos. This is one of those
Hmm.
cards. You attack with him first, then attack with everything, and then law restands him to protect him.
Yeah,
It's There's so much, and then the Marines part. Um, that's scary. There's so much potential for this Drake card, considering that it's strong for its type. It's a 4K. It's plus 1,000 counter. It has a lot going for it.
a lot going
a
for it.
lot of the green cards we've seen have a lot going for it. So
Yeah.
keep an eye out for these guys.
So that card was the last one of their normal rotation. They started doing a new rotation. We're getting cards at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard, 2 a.m. Pacific Standard, and then last night we also got a 4 a.m. Pacific Standard,
Yep.
which translates to other times, like really well to other zones. Uh, that we're getting just generally we're getting 3 cards now
Yeah.
a day, most likely all the way up until release, so that they can get all of the cards in. Um, and they did a purple Drake between this card and the next card that we had seen from the starter deck.
Right.
I don't know why, but it led up to this card, which is also super cool.
Yeah, I've been following. I follow them on Twitter, and I see all the arc, but I wait for this to read
Hmm.
them. And this card, I read this one. Be
Hmm.
honest. In 2 years to Saboti, it's an event. Cost 1. Straw Hats. Main. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Reveal one Straw Hat crew member, type card, character card, and add to your hand. Return the others in any order to the bottom of your deck. Trigger effect. You activate it. Um,
Super dope.
um, it's pretty good. Uh,
We've
considering
been, yeah.
considering Straw Hats is going to be an archetype in every single set, we're going to get
Mhm.
probably 2 to 3 of, or at least 2 of each card, I would imagine. Depending on what sets or arcs, we might get 2.
Yeah. Yeah, your red decks, as long as a Straw Hat is red, and until they dual color leaders, your red Straw Hat decks are gonna have probably four of, would you say?
It's
Easily.
all the red cards we have seen. This is the only one that moves the deck in any kind of way.
I think
It's
the promo has the reload feature where
correct,
you spin your hand
correct.
and draw again,
It does have that.
but this card's better.
I would agree. And there's so many shots. There's so many of them, and there's very low chance in a 50 card deck that you miss. So the value in this card is just insane.
Yeah.
Four of
And you don't reveal the other four cards. You just put them in the bottom of your deck without showing.
right.
So they're only seeing the one that you add. They're getting no extra information. And you know what's not in your life with those four extra cards too.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. In Pokemon, you're able to look through your deck a lot, and you instantly know what your prizes are. This
Hmm.
helps with that knowledge. It gives you that,
Yeah.
and even if it is prized, this card it does have the trigger effect, so you're still able to. It has so much value.
Yeah.
I like this card a lot. Very strong, and it'll only get better with more
Hmm.
shots. So right
Yeah.
now, it might not be everyone's cup of tea, but with more shots, as long as, like you said, as long as they stay red
Hmm.
or whatever, that
Or
card
we get a
dual
red
color,
green
sure,
Sanji at some point or whatever, and
sure,
then
yeah,
then it's even better.
I hope so. And then there's this guy.
Yes, the Joker himself.
These emotes are amazing.
Yeah, they're
Uh,
great.
Doflamingo himself, the Warlord, costs 7. He has 7k power. Um, on play, return a 7 cost or lower card to his opponent's hand.
It's cool. I like that it says to its owner's hand, so you can choose one of your own cards and get another on play if you choose to, or you remove your opponent's blocker, which is most likely going to be the play, especially on turn 3 or 4 when you're playing this, 4 or 5 maybe.
It just sets your opponent back so strongly.
Hmm.
And anything over 5k is so difficult to remove in this
Hmm.
game. I think the red card hits 6Ks or lower, so he's missing all of those thresholds right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, you set your opponent back so far. I wish he was a little stronger, I think, but I yeah, his power is incredible.
Yeah, it's a good card. You'll probably be playing at least one of them unless there's a easy way to search out, or if there's not an easy way to search out him, there you might play two. At least first looks without seeing anything else. That's my opinion of him.
Yeah. He doesn't
I
have
just
a
don't want him to clutter my hand. That's all.
he doesn't have ton of a ton of downside. That's the good thing about this Dofi. He'll always be good to play because your opponent probably will have something on their board. And what you target is really important. Make sure you target non things that have counter, so it doesn't
Hmm.
affect your immediate turn. Um, but yeah, I think this Dofi is wonderful.
Yeah,
Got a little
I
Bellamy
like.
here, a little Bellamy action.
Yeah, this one's interesting because he only has the trait Dressrosa. At least that's what they have down for it, and it looks like there's only one thing. So that's interesting that he has no other affiliation. Um,
Yeah,
I don't want to spoil anything other than that because I think any other explanation gets too deep
sure,
uh,
sure.
for like character development and stuff. But being a 2 cost 4K power striker with no effect, I think it's pretty good to be 2 cost 4K. Um, Puts him
Yeah,
at a good range for a vanilla. Uh, Swinging towards leader with a single dawn. I like it. And
yeah.
1K counter.
1K counter. It's nice. I wonder how many of these small characters we play. It'll be interesting in deck building. I'm excited to get into that aspect of the game. And I
Yeah.
believe this is the last card.
Last
Um,
card for now. Yeah.
we got this art a while ago. I remember seeing it. It was
Mhm.
red, so they were lying. Those
Yeah.
liars. All
Liars. Liars.
right, let me. Hopefully, I don't butcher his name. It's Kawamatsu. Okay,
Kawamatsu.
good. I'm glad I didn't
That's how I
butcher
would say it.
it. He is a 2 cost 3k slasher. He is Fishman, Wano, and 9 red scabbards.
Hmm.
Cool.
Lots of character trait text down there.
Cool, and I hope this game takes advantage of this. That's a ton of cool stuff. He has nothing too crazy. It's trigger, play this card, and then counter plus 1,000.
2 cost 3K is pretty average. Without the trigger ability, I think it would be probably overlooked for the first few sets at least.
Yeah.
But having the 9 red scabbards, having Fishman, we
Wano.
don't know how like Wano Country is going to come into it, but you can imagine a Fishman deck coming through at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe they fill out the rest of the 9 red scabbards. I think we've only seen one Kinemon in an art reveal.
Yeah, in our reveal, yeah, Kinema.
So I don't think we've seen anyone else, but I would assume they're going to fill them out. And this is also a green card that's not Supernova,
True.
which is the starter deck, uh, like base trait. So we might be seeing two different,
Yeah. Wow.
uh, like leader types in green. So we have something to look forward in
That's
all of
true.
our colors now that we might get a
Another archetype, maybe.
Momo leader
Yeah.
as our Wano Country green deck,
You said.
and something else for red.
Or hear me out, an Odin.
Yes, I would probably prefer that. I think Momo's just on the mind.
Yeah, Momo's pretty great right now. Let us know if you want to talk about the new chapters down in the comments. I like to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean we're heading into the last chapter before the break, so we're gonna have some dead time in the manga. So let us know if you want us to talk about it and theorize what's happening after this chapter.
Absolutely. And I will say this is probably the most lackluster green card we've seen, so it's nice to. It's nice. There's nothing
Yeah,
crazy strong about this card right now, but with all these types, I definitely could see it being some sort of presence later on.
yeah, absolutely. But
That's
that's
it.
all the cards up to this point. We'll be getting probably 3 more before you see this video because they're going crazy on Twitter right now.
Lovely.
But we'll hit those back up in probably about a week and catch up again. Let us know what your favorite card that's been revealed, at least in this clump of from our video.
And let us know why it's Mihawk.
Trying to do
Ridiculous.
an outro. Um, uh,
Thank you
don't
guys.
forget.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know what you thought of the cards down in the comments. If you like the type of content, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.
It was the close mic drop. I couldn't take it.
Bye, guys.
Play the outro. Thanks, guys.